Welcome back. 8:23 is your time. Things are looking better for our economy. You may have a new job, you may get a raise, and maybe some lowered federal taxes as well coming up soon. But if you're like millions of Americans who suffered devastating losses in that Great Recession, you may still have rotten credit that's preventing you from buying the home that you want. But take heart, all is not lost. Fox 5 real estate expert John Adams is here to guide us through the actual problem that you face and give us a look at 4 ways that we can be ready to buy our next house, right?
Puck, my mind's on another devastating loss.
Well, we're not going there.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate
All
you wearing
good.
the red tie this morning.
Thank you.
Though.
That's my,
Let's talk about something else, okay? We've talked about that a lot today.
We got a solution for this one.
Good,
here,
yeah.
so.
Let's start with your credit score. What exactly is your credit score?
Well, your credit score is a 3-digit number that theoretically represents the likelihood that you're going to pay back money that somebody loans to you, and it's crunched by computers. I think it's un-American. I think it's unfair to reduce people to a 3-digit number, and they don't consider. I mean, basically, that's really all they look at for starters. Now, it's based on these 5 things you see on the screen: your payment history, the amounts owed, the length of your credit history, and new credit. How many times have you applied for new credit recently, and do you have a good mix of credit? And the question is, where can I find
where can
that?
you see your score?
Right, go to creditkarma.com is the easiest place. They don't even ask for a credit card, so they're not trying to scam you or something. And you can look every day if you'd like. It is a direct reflection of the information on your credit report. So that's important.
Okay, so the good news is, though, even if your credit score is not where you hope it is or where maybe it once was, you still can buy a house with a bad credit score, right?
Yes.
You're going to give us 4 reasons or 4 ways that are going to help today, right?
Let's just start. First one is owner financing. A surprising number of homes, Buck, sell every year where the owner takes a cash down payment of some amount, and that's negotiable, and then they do what's called carry back a second mortgage, and you make payments to the seller instead of payments to a traditional bank. And this can be a win-win deal because you'd be paying about 4% to the bank, but the seller can't get 4% if they get all cash for their house. So this could be a really win-win transaction, and most sellers aren't thinking in this direction, but 40% of the homes in America are owned free and clear, and this is a good opportunity. It doesn't have to be a 30-year mortgage either. You can simply say, look, I'll pay you 4.5% or 5% interest. I don't have the best credit, I'm working on it, but you still own the house under a security deed as collateral.
Rent to own is another great option, right?
Rent to own is a great way, and a lot of people who own rental property, Buck, would like to be done with it. They're accidental landlords, whatever happened, they got a divorce or whatever, they don't want the property now. So they're ready to rent, and if you say, gee, I want to rent, but I also would like to buy, how can we do this? Gives you a chance to sort of try out the house for 1 or 2 or 3 years before you make the decision to purchase. You'll need an attorney for that transaction.
How about an FHA loan? This is good for first-time buyers.
It really is. FHA is widely used by first-time buyers simply because it allows for a relatively small down payment. That's 3.5%, which is as low as you can find pretty much in the industry right now, and a low credit score, which is right now at 580. Now, in a traditional loan program, you're looking at 620 or 640, and those 40 to 60 points can make a real difference in your ability to get a loan. But we can do even better than that. If you have 0 credit score, which is theoretically not possible, all you have to do theoretically is increase your down payment. Because the FHA program says if you will pay at least 10% down, they will still consider your overall loan application, and they do not require a minimum of 580. They'll still consider it. That's not a guarantee, but there's a pretty good chance that the more you put down, the less nervous they feel about making the loan. And the whole idea of Federal Housing Administration is to help people get into homes, and this is a great way to go about doing it.
All right. That's good news. I think it's good news for a lot of people.
Well,
we need good news today.
Yeah, that's right. I think the bottom line here is that folks need to not give up and go ahead, work on their credit score, start saving that money right now.
Sounds good. John, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Good looking tie. Now, I'll shake your hand. Absolutely. For more information on this advice from John Adams, you can just click on the viewer information story on the Fox 5.